All right. Welcome, everybody. Listen, I almost said Big Brother. In my head, it was going because my thoughts run a million miles a minute. But first of all, happy Tuesday to everybody. Thank you for pulling up. I don't know if some of you are on your lunch breaks, if it's a nice chill day at work, if you're working from home, working from the office, if you have a nice corner desk on the 15th floor, or if you are just in a cubicle. It doesn't matter, honey. I am happy you are here today, and we are talking all things Traitors. Season 4. Season 4 done pissed me the hell off. I'm sorry. I said what the hell I said. Season 4 has pissed me the hell off. And it took me a moment to recognize what I feel is going on. What I feel like is going on with Traitors. I didn't notice it at first because I don't think, I'm going to be honest with you now. I'm jumping right in and I'm going to give my honest opinion. I am enjoying the show. I'm enjoying the show this season. Before I gotta warm y'all up, I gotta onboard everybody that's in the chat. I gotta onboard the Twitter/X folks. YouTube, you're familiar with me. And we damn sure have to onboard Facebook, okay? Because Facebook is typically for friends and family. I don't really play around on Facebook too much because I don't know. It's just, Facebook moves at a slower pace than what I've become accustomed to. Y'all, I pissed somebody off on Facebook a couple of weeks ago when I was talking about Nicki Minaj, which we're going to continue that conversation today at 4:05 p.m. Central Standard Time. But a few weeks ago, I was talking about, this is why I don't fool with Facebook at the level that I rock with y'all. I posted a clip on Facebook regarding the Nicki Minaj and Erica Kirk and the mega of it all. And basically what I said is, I don't think you understand the spaces and the places that you are in, i.e. Traitors, because a white woman will never let you reign at the top of the pyramid in the hierarchy. And if you don't be careful, Nicki Minaj, you better get you a good white man on your side to help advocate for you. Baby, they lost their shit on Facebook. White woman came on, tell me, good luck on your island with your white man. Listen. They did not want to hear that. They did not want to hear that. And she proved my point. She didn't like the fact that I had the audacity to fix my mouth and even talk about white men aligning with black women. And you know what, ma'am? You may be right. You might be right. So today I'm going to talk about when white men go against black women and when they see them as a threat, i.e. Traitors. Colton, Tiffany, you saw it play out on Traitors. We're going to talk about it. Now, maybe I'll go back on my little island. Okay. Welcome. Facebook is the worst. Like, very antiquated, outdated ways of thinking. Very hard for them to be open to listening to anything that goes against what they believe. But I don't give a damn. I'm going to still continue to kick open doors and say what the hell I need to say in the manner that I feel the most appropriate. Low Tempo Life said, this is my first season watching, and I caught it right at the beginning. Listen, how are you feeling about season 4? I think season 4 is all over the place. I think season 4 is giving, listen, what it needs to give as it relates to reality television. And if we're talking psychological warfare, right, wrong, or indifferent, they are picking the black folks off one by one like a freaking scary movie. Okay, it hits too damn close to home. And I found myself on the edge of my seat. I found myself very emotional, episode 5. I wanted to kick ass. I did not like the way I did not like the way Colton handled Tiffany. And not only that, he was loud and wrong. And so was David. Loud and wrong. Very unapologetic because he took his ass to his confessional and doubled down and said, I'll do it again and again and again. And the way he described Tiffany was actually him. Listen, it was brilliant. Dark, dirty, underhand. The reverse psychology of it all of those things that he said about Tiffany, he was really talking about himself. We're going to play some clips. I can't play them all because they're getting real strict about you using people's stuff. Copyright, copyright. But I'm going to see what I can get away with, okay? A lot of times I don't even make money off these videos because I just be getting in trouble. But it is what it is. But Traitors fans, white, black, brown, yellow, man, woman, child, they've started to notice a pattern. And I did too, but I did not want to lean in that direction because now everybody's hollering race card or gender card or this and that. And I feel this and I identify with that. And you can't tell me nothing. So I didn't want to come out the box. I didn't want to come out the gates like that. I didn't want to lean into that because I feel like I operate a little bit higher than that. You know, I'm a critical thinker. That's the low-hanging fruit. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna go for that. Let me see what's really happening. Shit. By the time episode 5 ended, and I felt like I had a really good idea of where we're going in episode 6. So we got Portia out, we got Tiffany out, we got Monet out. Oh, hell no. I'm gonna go with the fans. They're noticing a pattern, and black players are getting banished left and right. Black players and traders are getting banished left and right. And Colton, I'm going to talk about you because you're a stalker. You are a stalker. You stalked your girlfriend. You weaponized your sexuality to stay in the game. Definitely projecting. And look, when I saw his face and he looked like that, I didn't know his history. Let's be very clear. You look, let me tell you something. That's why I feel like I think I'm on it today. I think I'm hitting the nail on the head. I didn't know anything about him being on The Bachelor. I didn't know anything about him with the stalking charges. I had no idea. So when I was looking at him, and I purposely picked this picture, and when I picked this picture, forget what he was doing to Tiffany. When I looked at him and saw this stare, I said, something's off with him. This boy is dark. Don't ask me why I said it, but I found the damn picture. He's intimidated by Tiffany. And I like the fact that Tiffany fought to the end. I like the fact that Tiffany didn't roll over and just roll over and let him say what he wanted to say. I like the fact that Tiffany handed them their asses all the way until she walked out the door. I like the fact that Tiffany doubled down as the boss bitch that she is and said, no, I'm smarter than you. Shit that you and you and you and you wish you can say in corporate America when they come at you in those meetings and when they label you dominant and aggressive and this and this. I'm smarter than you. And just because I can think 3, 4, 5 steps ahead of you does not make me a traitor. You will not weaponize my intellect against me. And that's what he tried to do. He tried to weaponize her intellect against him because he felt like she should not have the audacity to try to call a shot. Everything that she is, he wants to be. But you're not. Everything that he accused her of being that's a negative, that's exactly who he is. And what he, and I listen, I'm going to play social media clips. People are ticked off about this. People don't like it. He used the word, she's controlling. She's this. She was very strategic. And is that not what the game about? Is that not what the game is about? Whether you're a faithful and or a traitor? How come a black woman can't think out loud without being punished? That's my first question. My second thing is I was scrolling on social media and there was, I don't know, somebody giving their take in the form of content creation. And she says, Colton is jealous of Tiffany because he wants to be a leader. I said, no, he don't want to be a leader. He's not interested in leading. He's interested in dominating. Oh, baby, you can't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. If we're going to get down with the get down, we're going to talk about it. I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience. Oh, he's not interested in leading. Leading is a positive attribute. So, what we're not going to do in 2026 is punish somebody for being a great leader. What we're not going to do in 2026 is misconstrue positives in exchange for negatives. He wants to dominate. And he dominated the game. He dominated the game. He got Tiffany out of there. He got Michael out of there. And yes, is Michael loud and abrasive? He's all that. But are we going to play a game? And I really don't believe. We're going to get into some of the clips. I don't feel like they're playing the game like, I'm going to just tell you this. There are some people that are lazy. Charlie Kirk said it. He says some people's brains are not formulated to be able to be critical thinkers. I think you have the wrong demographic, though. You said it was Black woman. Now, look, we're over here. We like to do a lot of entertainment, but I'm going to talk my shit while my microphone is on. So let me just tell you what I've noticed on the past 2 seasons of Traitors. There's some really lazy people when it comes to strategy and intellect, and you see it sometimes in corporate America where we're having the same meetings about the same crap day in and day out, and you rather meet than to go home and really think this thing through. So we're just going to meet each other to death, right? We're just going to meet and meet and meet. Because the appearance of meetings on your calendar indicates that you are busy, that you are being productive. So let me overwhelm you with all of these meetings where we're all coming together, and at the end of the day, we are still not solving shit. We still have not walked away with the clear takeaway. We still don't see the point for a meeting that could have been an email. So when I look at this season of Traitors and last season of Traitors. Now, this season of Traitors versus last season is very entertaining, to say the least. Very entertaining, cutthroat, entertaining, but they're loud and wrong. There is no strategy being implemented at all. It's just the gang up for the gang up. And I already told y'all, I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits. See, there's particular groups that's going to gang up on you. And I don't think they started off with the notion, oh, let's take out the Black people. I don't. But once it started happening, I think they just went with it. Hey, and while we're at it.
I heard about you. I was waiting on you at the door.
Well, while we're at it, I may as well save my own ass. Monet is up next. We got Portia, we got Tiffany, and if we're going down that route, see, that's the low-hanging fruit. It's easy. I don't want to go against the grain. And I think you got a bunch of lazy folks in the room that would rather have the game handed to them. Because when Johnny said to Michael, I don't care what you are, just get you out of my castle. Why don't we get you up out the castle? Because you're looking for a game of convenience. Yes, Michael Rappaport is an ass. Yes, he's loud, but so what? This is a game. He's just a distraction. And the way they did Tiffany was so wrong. Was so wrong. But nobody cares. Because now they're focused on Monet. And Candace, I'm kind of looking at you sideways because you handed Monet to Lisa Rinna. Why? Why would you put Monet on a platter? Couldn't be me. Somebody go get Traitors. Alley Cats. Gabby, I want in. Tag me in right here, right now. And now they're going to make Kristen the next Traitor. Didn't I tell you she wouldn't have lived to see the next day? Because she would have been one of the first on my list. She did Tiffany dirty too. Kristen, the chef, the Asian chef, she did. Listen, Natalie would be up out of there too. It's not like they're playing a great game. None of them really just plays a great game. To me, being quiet and shutting up is not gameplay. It's not. I'll just be quiet. I'll just shut up until some of the most brilliant people are out the room. Monet, Tiffany. And then when there's nothing but weak folks left, then I'll step up. That's not gameplay to me. That's not gameplay. So let's take a look at some of the things that are floating around in social media. We'll start there. Hold on. We're going to be all over the place. Because the responses from social media are all over the place. So because of that, we're not going to necessarily go in a particular order, if that's okay with y'all. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me give you a little bit of background, because some of you are just here to support and you don't really watch the shows, but you enjoy the commentary. And that's okay too. But it ticked me the hell off. I'm sorry. When I saw what the play was, and I was like, damn, now we got Ron. Because listen, I think the fans are right. And this is not just black fans, y'all. These are white people that are calling this out. And I think they may be on to something, because they got Ron sitting in the what do y'all call it? He's on deck in case they need to slang him around a little bit. I didn't like Ron. Ron, why are you so fucking defensive? I did not like his response to Dorinda. And I'm not here to play a social game, but Traitors is a social game. So she triggered him for whatever reason. For whatever reason. But let me do this. Let me go ahead and tee up what we need to tee up and move on very quickly. Hold on. Get some of these videos out here. They're just going to be all over the place, if that's okay. Here we go. Give me a second. I'm going to share my screen. If I pause it, it's because sometimes you're not supposed to play these clips. Here we go.
Finally caught up on Traitors, episode 5. Spoilers ahead. I'm just warning you now. Spoiler warning. But I also needed to say, and you're gonna hate me for saying, you're gonna hate me, you're gonna cancel me, you're gonna do all the things I'm already used to. And Zach, you have bad takes. Hear me out. Michael Rappaport, one of the best on the show this season. Like, think about it. You can't stop talking about. You are loving to hate him. He's the villain you can't stop talking about. Michael Rappaport, so far in the first 5 episodes, MVP of the season, right? Like, all these other people that are like coming after him, like Eric. Who is Eric? I don't know Eric. I bet you anything you've never heard Eric. What is he, a musician or something? Name me his top 5 hits. I bet you can't. Boring with his magic ears. Like all these other people. Johnny Weir giving us nothing. Colton, listen, I actually really like Colton. Unpopular opinion, I'm a Colton fan. I enjoyed his Netflix show. I never really watched him on The Bachelor. But like Colton has also had his like history of problematic behavior. His ex-girlfriend, not only that, but like there was a lot of problematic stuff that he did on his Netflix series when he was coming out, and like whatever. He's grown. He's come a long way. But I think the hate for Michael Rappaport that people are giving is crazy, because Michael is making the show interesting. Yes, he's causing chaos, but like the chaos is what's getting people fired up when watching a show. Like
I think it's the chaos, but Michael Rappaport went against the grain as it relates to being a white man, and one of the whitest ones in the room. Somebody called him a raw piece of chicken. So Michael Rappaport came in the game immediately going against the grain and aligned himself with black women. He aligned himself with Portia. He aligned himself, he thought, with Candace. He immediately reached for the season, the slap your mama of it all, the queens in the room. So it's easy for him to become a target because he's going against the grain. And I think that's why Colton had it in for him. They had it in for Michael when he and Tiffany were partners.
Like, I'm sorry, I like Dolores from Jersey, but she was boring.
Boring as hell and should have never won.
Last year. So many people, it's always the ones that are the least interesting that end up making it all the way to the end, because they get rid of like the big personalities up front. Mike Rappaport.
Traitors, you're going to have to do something different, because the boring ones do make it to the end. They don't really, their strategies. Yeah. You're going to have some type of checklist or something, because it's so far. The past 2 seasons, it seems like we're about to repeat history, and you're going to take the boring ones to the end where they ended up splitting it with Dolores. Dolores didn't do shit last year, but let's continue.
Rappaport, big personality. He's the villain, and you need a good villain on reality TV. We need to stop canceling the villains. That's how you guys ruined Lisa Rinna on Real Housewives of
Okay, now hold on. Now you're getting beside yourself. Cause see, I was with you. I do not ever want to see Lisa Rinna on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I don't like what she did to Garcelle's son. So you was doing good. You done. I'm taking you off the screen. See, you start feeling yourself. You got high off your own supply on that one. You should have stopped while you were ahead. Let me get you some more clips. Here we go.
Tiffany said that the roundtable that led to her banishment was much worse than what we saw. She talks about her experience on the Traitors in a new exit interview in Parade with Mike Bloom, where she says, the roundtable was hot. I guess if you know that they're coming for you, maybe you have time to mentally prepare. I did not have time to mentally prepare. I thought that I may be brought up, but never to the extent of banishment. I wasn't worried. She brings up some really good arguments for why she's not a traitor that we didn't see in the edit, such as when Eric brings up her laugh, she was like, if I'm so smart like you all are saying I am, wouldn't I be smart enough to not laugh? She also said, I was the one who brought up Donna. If I'm a traitor, why am I bringing other traitors to the table? I would have easily directed somewhere else. These are all really great points. And I don't know about you guys, but I feel like she was so unfairly targeted in that episode. I think she made a great move in making an emotional appeal or playing her PTC, what Game of Roses podcast calls a personal tragedy card, which is a strategy on a reality show to build empathy with people to keep you on their side. So when she's there talking to a bunch of Real Housewives and Olympic skaters about how she really needs this money, I felt bad for her. It felt genuine. It really worked on me. So I was kind of shocked that appeal didn't play to everyone else, especially as the votes were being read and it became clear it was going to be Tiffany. Eric and Colton turned to each other and they're like, oh, we're in the same boat. Almost like they knew they were guilty of doing something wrong. The way that Tiffany was genuinely responding in that moment with sadness and how others at the table were reacting.
It was. I agree. But let's do this. You're a little bit boring. You're taking it too long now. Let's go ahead and let me give you a clip. Listen. Shout out to Traitors. I'm pulling this directly from Traitors. They're very sensitive, copyright, about you playing this stuff, but I'm gonna play it anyway. Here we go.
Ann and Rob were my number one. I would not go for a gamer. Jam.
Let me start it over. I want you to pay very close attention to Colton. I want you to look at his body language. Something's off with him, in my opinion, when he's not getting his way. I want you to watch his jawline as he clenches his jawline. I want you to watch his eyes as his pupils go from being blue, this blue color, to this dark color. Watch.
Ann and Rob were my number one. I would not go for a gamer. Jam would.
I wouldn't, because I'm not a traitor.
I didn't even say that you were. I just said that you would. But I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you right now. And I'm not.
That's right. Because if I'm up for my life and if y'all finna put me on a freaking block, step aside. Let me finish.
We are talking to each other.
No, we're not. I am actually talking to Colton. I did suggest Ron, Jam, Michael.
She's telling the truth. So what? You're not going to out me as a traitor because I ran down gameplay to you?
Michael and Ron have always been on the table. And I was not so sure about Jam.
Y'all.
Jam.
I believe you stalked that girl. You did everything that girl said. You stalked her. You put a tracker on her car. I'm going to play that too. Look at him. Look. His eyes went from blue to black like a cat in the middle. Go back and watch the freaking clip. I didn't know anything about him, but I was paying attention as I was watching this. I was like, damn, he's really like, listen. I was like, he does not like her talking back. And although he's calm on the outside, he's not, because physiologically, I am watching your eyes turn colors in real time. Your fucking eyes went from blue to black. Go watch it on your screen and pause it. His fucking eyes turn black in the middle, y'all. Black. His pupils dilated as she began to talk back to him.
And now I'm talking to you.
Oh.
Ian and Rob were my number one. I would not go for a gamer.
So this was Tiffany literally fighting for her life at the round table. They were loud and wrong. And when I tell you loud and wrong, they were accusing her of being a traitor just because she said, this is who I think, this is who I would go for first, second, and third. When did that become a crime in Traitors? Isn't the game about aligning yourself with people that you think you can trust? Tiffany, you trusted the wrong people. So after they get Tiffany out the house based on Colton and I forgot the boy's name, the one that swears he can sing and he got an ear, he got a trained ear, a miracle ear. Okay, put a battery in it because it malfunctioned that night. Now here's the ad. She would be my next one. She would be my next one. She would have been out of there. I would have taken, I don't like floaters. I don't like the floaters. And it's the floaters, like y'all say, a majority of them can do a lot of damage by doing nothing. But here we go.
That really sucked.
Yeah. I'm starting to pay attention, though, to who's putting everything in everybody's ears.
I don't know, man. One of those three hunks is a traitor.
Who are you referring to? Colton?
Rob and Steven. I call
Those
them
three.
those three the hunks.
One of them is...
I just was like, yeah, because they're too swaggered out. I don't know which one. One of them has to be. That really sucked.
Yeah. I'm starting to pay attention, though, to who's putting everything...
Yeah. Let me tell you another reason why they're ticking me off in this game. The women cannot come together for shit. You see it on Big Brother. You see it on them. You just see it. The men are leading this game. And they're calling the play. And the women are just following along like little puppies. And I know y'all are saying, oh, Candace is making big plays. No, she didn't. She threw Monet under the bus. She didn't have to say shit to Lisa Rinna. She could have been a traitor and had her own strategy of saving herself and not saving them. Because at the end of the day, I guarantee you, if it comes down to it, Rob and Lisa will stick together. Why did you even go tell Lisa that Monet said he suspected her? Girl, play the game. That could have been an ally on your side in the cut, way down in the trenches. Way down in the trenches. And she ran her behind and told Lisa Rinna, and then they got Monet out. And she couldn't do anything about it because it was 2 against 1. I feel like that was one of the dumbest moves that Candace could have done when it comes to the cookout. Y'all, okay, you could disagree. But when it comes to the cookout, that was one of the dumbest moves she could have made. That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't have made that move. I would have kept Monet in my back pocket because even at the end of the day, we saw how last season when the Traitors went against each other. Eventually, y'all, hey, 2 of y'all gonna have to vote somebody out. Even if you don't want to, you can't go against the grain in the group unless you are really that good of a player. So Candace literally set her soul on fire in the worst way by getting rid of Monet. Monet only told you that. Monet trusted you. That could have been a secret alliance without being spoken between you and Monet. So if you ever came up on a chopping block, Monet could have socialized for you and been a neutralizer. So I don't think Candace is necessarily playing a really good game. You get what I'm saying, Tori? Yes. Why not? Why not? There doesn't need to be, but there should be. You see, they knocking y'all off. They would have been took you out the bucket list. They would have got you up out of there. They would have got you up out of there. And you don't have to call it the cookout. The cookout is a psychological play. It's not a real formulation. It's about understanding the assignment. Because in real time, you see what the hell is happening when there isn't one. They getting them up out of there. And is it racism? I don't think so. I just shit, y'all asses are going home. They getting y'all black asses up out of there. Period. Okay. Well, if the black people don't have an alliance, why should we keep them here? I don't think it's racism neither, but if they don't see you standing up and say, hey, wait a minute. All right. Look at Ron. Ron came straight out the gate at Portia. It's not. But it's the low-hanging fruit, and they went for it. So if y'all gonna put each other on the block, then guess what? Okay, that's my opinion. That's my opinion. What's your opinion? Don't focus on me. What's your opinion? What's your opinion? You said that's not the reason. Why? Then tell us why. Outside of just refuting what I'm saying, I'm giving you my thoughts. You're not giving me your thoughts. Why do you think Tiffany went home? Why do you think Ron, now Portia, but Ron put Portia on the guillotine? The assignment. You said they changed their minds. I don't think they're changed their minds, though. I think that's the way it's edited. I think they're cutting a few people out of the fold where they're not a part of the meeting before the meeting and the meeting after the meeting. Yes, he did come for Portia. He handed her over. That's what I'm saying. There's no psychology of the cookout. Let's continue. I bet if one of y'all went on there, you can't tell me you wouldn't need. So listen to this. Somebody said in social media, they said the Traitors US leaving us on episode 5 instead of 4 was very intentional because they knew the backlash. This is from a white person. Because they knew the backlash was going to come out of that Tiffany banishment. So they tried to soften the blow and try to reduce our time for mourning, but we won't forget you, Tiffany. I agree. It was an unnecessary banishment. It was a horrible gameplay, but I believe Tiffany was targeted because she was smart and she was a woman, a black one at that. That's by Colton.
There's one thing I wish I would have said in my banishment. I really wish I would have looked at Eric and let him know, first of all, if I'm smart enough to be a traitor, why would I be dumb enough to laugh at a joke that wasn't even funny? There's one thing I wish I would have said in my banishment. I really wish I would have looked at Eric and let him know, first of all.
Tiffany is so beautiful to me. Tiffany is such a beautiful, smart girl. I would like to see her get a Dorinda opportunity. I want to see her back. I would like to see her back since we're rolling out DEI recruiting strategies. Dorinda got a second chance because she cried. Tiffany, can you cry? That's funny. Hold on, y'all. I think I'm trying to pull up another video. Give me 1 second. It's going to take a second. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I was really ticked off about it. I didn't like Michael. I don't think, let me ask you this. Do you think Michael Rappaport, give me 1 second. Now, this girl's kind of annoying that I'm about to show you this video. She's kind of annoying, but I'm going to play it anyway. Her voice is just on a different octave. Give me 1 second. Now, they're saying that Michael made, hold on.
A secret than you. Nobody in this room would be better at holding a secret than you.
There it is.
There it is.
Okay, so what Michael's talking about is Colton went on to The Bachelor. He was a gay man. He went on to The Bachelor and he dated 30 women, only for him to come out later and said, I don't like women, I like men. He played in those women's faces. So what Michael was saying, I can see how it can be misconstrued, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. If anybody is a secret keeper and that could be a traitor, it could be you. You are the perfect prototype based on how you played the game in front of America, presenting yourself as the guy next door, blonde hair, blue eyes. You go and you dated 30 different personalities. And you mean to tell me as a man, you never thought you were gay? You never, ever, absolutely in your life thought that you may not have liked women? You took in all of the fame, the notoriety, the checks, the money, you cashed it in, and that you never, ever in your life had an attraction to a man. You never experienced that. People are saying BS. He's had hookups with men way before then. You played with 30 different women in exchange for fame. So that is a secret keeper. But unfortunately, people turned it around at that table in that moment, and they said it was homophobic. It wasn't fair to Colton, and they wanted Michael out of the house. I thought it was unfair because the game, see, now people can't talk. People can't go hard at the round table. He went hard at Tiffany. He called her domineering, controlling, this and this and that, which people could say, hold on, that's stereotypical. You're getting too, that's politically incorrect when describing a black woman. See, if that's the case, everybody's a freaking victim. So now we can't go hard at the round table because you are not comfortable about the decision you made. He said, there it is. No, that's your insecurity. I should be able to play my game and say what I want to say at this table without you weaponizing your sexual orientation to say that I'm homophobic. The Reality Grizzly says, I don't think it was homophobic. I think it was dark shade. It was. I agree. So now they're making this about him not knowing if he's gay or not. Michael doesn't have that much insight into your personal life. He said, if anybody's a secret keeper, it's you. And then he started to project. He got very specific with projecting. Watch when people start projecting. So you're saying, because now they start hearing shit you didn't say. And now the voices in their heads begin to talk. Before you know it, he's having a full-blown out therapy session with Michael about something Michael didn't say. Are you saying because for 29 years I didn't know if I wanted this? Or that's not what he said. Can we focus on the game? He said, if anybody is a secret keeper, it's you. Watch how it quickly gets out of hand.
Being forced into a closet for the majority of their life.
I'm not talking about closets.
That's what we took it as, or I took it as anyway.
You took it as that because that's your personal plight. Probably. As a now openly gay man, but I'm sure there were some challenges along the way. But can everybody else that's identified as a minority show it? Maybe Tiffany took it that fucking way. Can Tiffany come back and say, hold on, wait a minute. You call me strong, domineering. Can I say that you're a racist now because you call me strong and domineering? And typically those are the words. Those are the descriptions that covert racists use when describing a black woman. Domineering, this and this and that and da 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 da. Yeah, you pulled the victim card. And Johnny jumped on that train. And before you know it, they all begin to spew projectile on Michael, in my opinion. That was not homophobic. Let's be very clear. See, Michael, I don't think Michael was being homophobic. He don't even know what commiserating means. He's just like a toddler.
I'm sorry, this drives me nuts.
This is
Y'all, this is horrible. This is horrible. And I said, I see where Traitors going. We're gonna have one of the hot boys.
Colton Underwood should not be on the Traitors, and here's why. My name is Demi Burnett, and I was on Colton's season of The Bachelor. Dare I say I was his season. I digress. Colton's getting the pilot Pete, Dylan, Efron edit, and it's sick, okay? It's absolutely sick. So if you don't know, let me explain to you what Colton did, okay? Let me actually just get some screenshots going. So Cassie wins our season of The Bachelor, and her and Colton date for a little bit over a year, and then they break up, and then this happens. After they broke up, a judge signed off on a restraining order for Cassie against Colton. But what did he do, right? What did he do? Oh, it's frightening.
So let me give you a quick background. Cassie Randolph was a young lady that Colton Underwood began to date after filming The Bachelor, okay? Last year, I do believe September 14, 2025, a judge signed off on a restraining order, a temporary restraining order against Colton for stalking this young lady. And he was ordered to stay away at least 100 feet from her home and her workplace. He has been prohibited from contacting her, harassing her, texting her, sending things to her home. Listen, harassment is considered any unwanted communication. Just because you have somebody's address don't mean you can send shit to it. Just because you have somebody's address don't mean you can pull up. Just because you have somebody's email don't mean you can email them. Just because you have somebody's phone number doesn't mean you can text them. Harassment is considered any unwanted communication and or advances. So she broke up with him and he stalked her, even though he didn't have an appetite for women.
Start off, he has sent her unsettling text messages, repeatedly called her, and placed a tracking device on her vehicle to track her whereabouts. Then another instance, her brother saw him outside of their family home at 2 a.m. Doing what? Fuck if I know, fucking stalking. When confronted.
2 a.m, her little brother looks outside and sees Colton. What Colton? I'll show you what Colton. This Colton. The one whose eyes, blue, baby, beautiful blue eyes turned black when Tiffany went against him. That Colton.
About this, he sent threatening text messages to Cassie, her friend, and her little brother. In the alleged text messages, he said to her, "Because you're a selfish person who isn't ready to be loved. I spent 2 years loving you the best I could, and now I'm sitting here like a fool. You've hurt me beyond words. I've always done nothing but be there for you, and you still disrespect me all the time." Like, this is fucking sick. In the next incident, Cassie was having a friend over, and he somehow knew, and he didn't like it, and he was blowing up about it and telling her that he was going to hold her accountable. I would like for someone to hold him accountable. Anyone, please. Now, here's where it blows my mind that they allow him on any television show or around any other human being, really. The filing states that Colton used alias phone numbers to anonymously send harassing text messages at all hours of the day to Miss Randolph and to her friends. The filing continues. Mr. Underwood also sent harassing text messages to himself, pretending also to be a victim of the anonymous stalker.
Bitch, what in the unknown number is going on? What in the unknown number is going on? That's the devil's work. I'm going to stalk you. I'm going to harass you. I'm going to pop up at your house. I don't want you. I don't like women, but it's the fact that you have the audacity to break up with me, whatever's going on in his head, right? So much so that the girl got an approved temporary restraining order. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to send myself the same threatening messages so that it looks like I'm being stalked too. Y'all, that's scary. I'm sorry. That's scary. That's diabolical. That's two kinds of crazy.
He later admitted to being the one to sending the messages. What? Cassie then states that on August 19th, she discovered a tile tracker taped to the bottom of her bumper car. She got a private investigator to help her figure out who did it. And 2 days later, after speaking with Colton about what transpired, the filing states that Colton admitted that he was the one who put the tracker on the car, and he was the one that sent the text messages to her, her friends, and himself under the alias phone number track. Oh my God. So everyone who's saying like he made a mistake, like What? That is not a mistake. He thought about this and he still decided to go through with it multiple times. He thought about all of this. He premeditated all of this. Like, this is all really, really scary types of thinking patterns, people. And so for this to happen, all this comes out, right? And what does he do? He says, I'm gay. And everybody, they are so shocked by that.
Y'all, that's diabolical. This is her best friend who was also on The Bachelor with her. She said in order to take the heat off of him, she said he a diabolical. She called him a sociopath. I didn't. She said in order to get the heat off of him, he was terrorizing this girl. Terrorizing this girl. Breaking the law, putting trackers on her shit, terrorizing her family, her little brother, her friends. He knew all of her whereabouts. He knew their whereabouts. Colton is diabolical. She said, but when the shit hit the fan, Colton decided to say, I'm gay. And the world say, oh my God. You were so wonderful.
I heard about you. I was waiting on you at the door.
And that's exactly what he did at that round table when it came to him and Michael Rappaport. You see how he weaponized being gay again to get the heat off of him when Michael started to say, wait a minute, I'm looking at you. Something about you and your behavior seems off and dark.
Listen, I'm not even a Michael fan, but the way that he ate them up at this round table on Traitors, they could not take him. And that's why they sent him home. Colton has been aggressive, accusing, and over-talking everybody, just throwing out names this whole time. And all of a sudden, he getting the energy returned back to him, and it's a problem. And you want to play victim? Boo, tomato, tomato. The whole game has been, well, I'm going to keep calling out names. That's just what I do. I play aggressive. I'm this, I'm that. Grr, grr, grr. It's been that the whole time. But now somebody coming back at you, and you want to play victim. Oh, I had to hold it in for 29 years. Play. Michael said, out of everybody here, you would be the best person to hold a secret. And to be honest, I don't even think that he meant it that way. But if the shoe fit, wear it. And when he told Eric, okay, with your magic ears, I was in tears too, because you need to go get an ENT check because your ears are clogged. The way that both of y'all accused Tiffany and it wasn't even her, y'all should feel dumb. And y'all should be quiet because y'all keep accusing people and being wrong. Eric talk about, yes, I'm a singer and I'm an artist and I have to listen to 40 mixes all the time. So I know when I hear somebody's voice. Well, maybe if you had better ears, you wouldn't need 40 mixes. You would need 5. No way you put your career on the line for something that you was wrong about. Only ears that you have is Dumbo ears. That's about it. And he got sent home thinking that he knew a black girl's laugh and it was Candace instead of Tiffany. Insane. I felt so bad for Tiffany. And that's all Michael was saying. Y'all keep throwing out names and being wrong and keep running y'all mouth. Shut up and think for a minute. And Colton played this victim role so well. Like he ain't been messing with people the whole time. You are not innocent trying to do this whole smear campaign. I don't like him at all. I'm not a fan of Ron either because he's very aggressive and been loud and wrong the whole time also. You ain't got nobody right. The person that you were actually defending was actually a traitor. So you should shut up because they got Donna out of here, Taylor Swiftly. And now you even wrong here. You cussing at Dorinda talk about you don't need to know about my effing family. Excuse me. And once again, you still wrong. You was wrong about Michael. You wrong about Dorinda. You was wrong about Portia. You in that orange jumpsuit need to go directly to jail. Do not pass go and do not collect $200. Hang it up, flat screen. Play. And there's so much going on. The Traitors are really flying through, and I'm actually proud of them. But they sending home all the black people. So Candace, be prepared every day.
Now, that's it. That's all. Since you want to help and hand people over and put Monet on a platter for Lisa Rinna to gobble and swallow him up, don't listen. Okay, whatever. Kenzane Hair, thank you for the 5-piece and a pepper. She says, one thing I can't stand is people putting words in my mouth I didn't say. Girl, that's what they hear. That's what the voices in their heads tell them. That's what the voices in their heads tell them. Well, you're saying, no, I didn't say anything. Are you okay? Yes, because that's exactly what he did to Colton. But Candace, he said, if you don't know what's going on, you will in a minute.
Every day, the house is getting less and less melanated. I said, why do they keep sending us home? I'm confused. But the Traitors are doing a really good job, but they are about to come for Lisa, so we're going to see how that goes. But Lisa had me dying. The girl was like, I'll see you again. She said, you'll never see me again. Go back to Dubai. She's so good at being a villain. She really is. But yeah, this season of Traitors is really, really good. I like it a lot. I really do. But also, a lot of people on this season do not have their own mind. They just go with anything without.
Didn't I just say that? Like, come on. It's like y'all want the game handed to you. I'm going to just be quiet. Being quiet is not, to me, that's not good gameplay. Well, what did you, oh, I just sat there. I didn't say a lot. I didn't reveal a lot. No, get in the freaking game. Get in the game. That should be a requirement or you're automatically removed. If you don't make a big gameplay, there has to be moments that you have to be vocal, something. Traitors, you're allowing some of these celebrities to come in, get an easy check by just sitting there and not talking. And we're talking brilliant, darling, brilliant strategy, girl. Where?
I'm thinking, pull the lever. Listen, I'm not.
That's it. He ate that review up. I love how he did that. This is my final clip, and then I'll take some of the comments from you all. This is Tiffany. She recently sat down in an interview, and this is what she had to say.
Was Eric the final nail in the coffin? Did that have a lot to do with it?
Oh, he did. He sealed it.
Yeah.
He sealed it with those magic 99% ears that he's when he's gone to school, he's gotten education, he's been trained. His ear can hear any pitch, memorize it. He knows it when he hears it. I said, baby, I had to tell him. I said I would stop talking about that career if I was you. You might want to go in a different direction because you're dead ass wrong. I know you want to be right, and you think this is gonna soar you to the top of the K-pop because you recognize my laugh. It wasn't me.
Was Eric the final nail in the coffin? Did that have a lot to do with it?
Oh, he did.
Listen, Tiffany. Damn, I would have loved to have seen Tiffany go a little bit further in the game. And I know that's not the name of the game. Oh, I would have loved to see Tiffany was on her way. Things were just shaking up. The way she handled herself at the round table, I love the fact that she did not freaking back down. You gonna get this smoke. I'm fighting all the way out the door. And I said what the hell I said. Oh, I wanted more. I wanted so much more. Let's see what Monet had to say, because Candace got Monet up out of there. Candace, that was a bad move.
I feel like the air was sucked out of the room when Tiffany said she was a faithful. What was that like in there? It was very intense.
Oh yeah, it was so somber. Like there was no reactions. Like, it wasn't even like people were really, because she gave such a carnal plea. It felt like she was really like, I'm doing this. Like she's like, I really need this. But then again, I'm like, but then you're sitting there like in your mind, you're like, wait, but is she just a really good cover because she's a traitor? Like you don't know.
Yeah.
So, but it felt so different. And when she said that she was a faithful, it wasn't a like, oh man, we messed up. It was a silence of like, wow, we like really fucked up someone's opportunity.
Yeah, but y'all didn't do enough to roll the shit back in because I'm with everybody else. Why are you still allowing Colton to talk? Let's see what else. I think Tiffany had something else to say. Let me see.
That was a tough position to be in. I'm talking about my ass was on fire.
Did anyone give you an inkling like, hey, they're coming for you tonight?
Michael.
Okay. He did.
And people wonder why. Like, why were you so close to him? He trusted me. He told me everything. And when you in a game of,
that's why I think Michael got out of there. I don't care. Michael got out of there because the white folks did not like him aligning himself with them black girls. Michael came in. And I think there's a way to do things in a particular demographic. And I think he went against the grain. I think it's easy to say, oh, he was just loud and obnoxious and he made a homophobic slur. That's not the real problem you had with him. The real problem is he put his trust and his allegiance in the black women. First, he was trying to get on the team of the black women because he knew they was going to come in there and wreck shop and play the damn game.
Of no trust where I don't have any, I'm not going to say I don't have any gamers left, but I didn't feel so connected to Natalie and Jam Jam, who were my last gamers left in there. Michael was somebody who he trusted me. So I've got to go with who trusts me. If you trust me, then I have to trust you just a little bit. And he kind of alluded, like, I think your name's going to come up at the round table. And I did not have time to think about it. So I sit at the table, and when Colton turns his wrath on me, I am livid and I'm no longer playing a game. I am really surprised at the way I handled myself. And people are like, oh, you handled yourself so well. And I'm like, no, I was supposed to go into game mode. I was supposed to go into psychology mode, but I had no time to think about that. It was instantly like I went straight back to Detroit.
No, and that's where you needed to go. You did see what you need. You ain't it funny? Your instinct kicked in and it was fight or flight, and you fought and you handed him his ass, and he will forever be remembered as this boy on the screen when it comes to you. I'm glad that your fight or flight, your Detroit, kicked that game stuff to the side and say, hell no. We're about to do what we came here to do. You understand your hold on. What is it called? Your intuition understood the assignment. How about that? Your intuition understood the assignment because let me tell you something. When somebody say I have to step out of game mode, that means Colton wasn't playing the game neither. That means that was personal. For whatever reason. I want to see more of Tiffany. I got to see more of Tiffany. That's it. That's all. I got to see more of Tiffany. Why you critiquing me so hard? The luxury bucket list. You say you can look at Michael and see that's too simplistic. But that's my thoughts. That's why he got out of there. That's why he got out of there. In my opinion, I don't think they liked it. I don't think they liked him coming in there, bumping it, doing all of that. I just don't. That's my thoughts, that there was this unspoken bias that he had to go. The reality Grizzly said, if Colton wins, I swear, listen, you and me both. I'm not going to say good job to him. I don't like him. And he's being rewarded for his bad behavior. Not just with like what happened on The Bachelor, right? You knew what you liked sexually. You knew your sexual orientation. But you didn't give a damn. Because it's the lights, camera. What is it? The lights, the camera, the glitz of it all. And you still decided to play with 30 women and play in their faces and then take the one home. Right? And then after that, this is what I'm saying. He's being rewarded for bad behavior. Because even after the breakup, you broke the law. Really, Peacock? He broke the law. He stalked and harassed this girl. He put a tracker, and you give him a seat on one of the best shows on your network? Okay. I guess, y'all. The reality Grizzly said, yes, it's giving plot master. It's giving plot master. He is so dark and demonic. He's a lot of things. Low Tempo Life, thank you for the 10-piece and a pepper. Yes, you said episode 3. Why did Lisa say in her confessionals that traitors could not be eliminated? Production will help her get far, if not winning the game. What? Out of the traitors, Candace will be the first to go. Let me tell you what okay, that's interesting. You said traitors cannot be eliminated, unless she misspoke. I'm going to say one or two things. Either she's exactly right and production did say that to her, that she wouldn't be eliminated, meaning traitors, or she misspoke. Now, I agree with you. When you say out of the traitors, Candace would be the first to go. I thought of that. The day she led that Congo line. I didn't think the Congo line was right or wrong. I just remember when she did it, and the camera went to the other room of Lisa and Rob, Rob strategizing while they let her dance and play. I was like, oh shit, Candace. For me, it was subconscious insight. And I think from that moment on, Lisa and Rob developed a bond that brought them closer together. Okay, the luxury bucket list says, I think Lisa will be the first to go. She might be and could and should be. Let me tell you why. She should be the first to go. But guess who protected her? Candace. I wouldn't have told her nothing. Oh, I would be a diabolical ass traitor. I'm gonna play the game with you. We're gonna do all that. We're gonna do all that. But when I get an inside scoop that can help me, I'm not telling you nothing. Candace messed up when she ran her mouth about Monet. If Candace would have kept that to herself, Lisa would definitely be the first to go, because Lisa is starting to come on people's radar. Lisa was on Monet's radar. Who else's radar? Somebody else brought up Lisa's name. Who was it, y'all? Who else was it? Somebody else has brought up Lisa's name. You said, damn, Queen. I would. When Monet, see, Candace ran to prove, girl, you got to be a traitor. What the Bible says, be in the world, but not of it. Trade down for what? Hey, I'm going to be in there with you, but I'm not going to marinate myself in you as a traitor. The game is traitor. I'm going to betray you by keeping a little bit of information for myself. That's it. That's all. I would, the reality grizzly. I would have kept that to myself. I would have let her ass go up on a chopping block. People are starting to whisper about her. They're noticing that something is off about Lisa Rinna. Is she always this quiet? No. Okay. She's staying to herself. Mama Kelsey picked up on it first. Mama Kelsey picked up on Lisa Rinna first. Okay, let's talk about that damn Congo line. Let me go. I get the distracting part. Yeah, I maybe I'm not articulating as properly as I would like to. The reality grizzly said that damn Congo line, baby. I was scared. So was I. Y'all, it's not that she should not have been the one to lead it, in my opinion. We're talking game strategy. This is just me seeing the black folks get picked off one by one. Hell, you can't even inhale, exhale before they say, oh, you're a traitor. Okay. Now, they're not going to come to her now. I think they're going to put it in their pockets, put it in the X files. And when she does become a target, that is going to register. You were the one that led the Congo line. You were the one that started crying when it was time for Tiffany to go. Candace has huge displays of leadership that is indicative of a traitor. Candace has huge displays of distractions that's indicative of being a traitor. She tried to get the heat off Portia. She tried to get the heat off of Tiffany. You said, Renika said they did say the Congo line came up in conversation off camera. Oh, okay. I got you. So the faithfuls are starting to talk about it. Yeah, it just stood out to me. But see, I'm a gamer. It stood out to me. Just like it stood out to Rob C. You remember he said, oh, hell no. That's exactly what was happening. He said a murder is happening in plain sight. The ones that get it. The other ones don't. You got to be sharp with the subtleties that are happening around you. Aisha said, you were so into it. Listen, I am. I like the game. They ticked me the hell off. You said, go back and look at Alan's eyes when he asked her if she could play dirty. Oh, Lisa Rinna? Okay, gotcha. And she's playing dirty. Candace is not playing dirty. Candace is not playing dirty, in my opinion. Candace is playing the game, but she's not playing Traitors. The game is called Traitors. The problem is everybody thinks that they're supposed to come in and deceive the faithfuls. No. I'm going to deceive you too. Thank you, Mary. Mary says she too thought that the Congo line was odd. I did too. It's something that I would register and come back to. but there's bigger fish to fry. Okay, the luxury bucket list, say it could be something that people are going to pick up on. You enjoyed okay, I enjoyed it. It was cute. It was fun, but you have to consider, right? To everybody that's tuned in, while Candace was shucking and jiving, Lisa and Rob were being strategic in the background. That was an opportunity to bond. I would not have volunteered myself to be the distractor if the other two are bonding. Nah, you go dance and let me play chess. It would have been better if Candace started out for Candace to be seated in a seat across from Rob and Rob teaching Candace how to play chess. Can I really go there? Can I go there? Can I tell you why? See, y'all aren't going to like what I'm about to say. Can I really go there? Are we grown? Can I really give you why that would have made a good strategy? Can I just talk my ish real quick? If we're talking gameplay without everybody being sensitive, and if we're talking, this is a psychological reality game. Let's get into the psychology of it all. If I were Candace, first of all, I would put Tiffany's brain in Candace's body. I will put Tiffany's brain in Candace's body. And if I were Candace, I would have let Lisa lead the Congo line and not me. Because it would not have appeared odd for a white man to be seated in a chair teaching a black woman how to play chess. It's the way of the world anyway. It would have been perfectly natural. People would have perfectly believed that Candace did not know anything and Rob was just simply teaching her how to play a game that most of them already know how to play, a simple game of chess. It was odd for Candace to lead the Congo line. And it was kind of for Lisa Rinna to be sitting there taking instruction from Rob. Tara caught on to it, but she second-guessed herself. Lisa could not pull off that Congo line in any way. Don't matter. We're not trying to save her. We're trying to save Candace. The name of the game is called Traitors. That's it. Why we gonna put Lisa in the best position to win? We trying to put Candace. The luxury bucket. You are indeed a traitor. If I went on Traitors, I would have to shut my damn mouth because they would get me out of there so quick. I would have to literally play like a no English, no habla English. We don't care about Lisa Rinna. There needs to be a meeting before the meeting and a meeting after the meeting in your own head if you're going to be a traitor. Candace, I need you to step up. And I know they've already filmed. You say, Lisa, rich as hell. Exactly. We ain't trying to save her. Okay, Paula said it also looked equally odd with them playing chess in the middle. Yes, but Candace could have pulled that off. Huh? Candace could have pulled that off. Nobody would have thought anything of it because that's the natural, in most cases, hierarchy. I ain't going to say too much more because some of y'all, you don't know how to step into an imaginary world without making it a reality. But nobody would have thought anything about a white man instructing a black girl on how to play chess. Oh, okay. That's just the natural order of things anyway in corporate America. Toot said, the bucket list, I disagree. Call it for what it is. 300K. Okay, what? Hold on. Let me go back and look at hers. You must be. I got to go back and find her. Okay. Should I open up the lines for y'all to come up real quick and talk about your strategies? Some of y'all are at work. Because y'all be like, yeah, open the lines and don't click the link. But that's how I would do it. And I would betray Lisa Rinna without betraying Lisa Rinna. See, Candace, you're not supposed to tell them everything. Because they didn't tell you when they were doing the photos and burning them. Candace said, oh my God, I don't know who they picked. You see how they kept a little bit for themselves? Now, I kind of see where Traitors is going, why they're opening up the lines for regular people to come in. Celebrities doesn't necessarily play games real well. They don't necessarily make the best game players on this show. Some do, some don't. But if you're really thinking about it, who's playing the best game? Tiffany played the best so far. I loved Bob the drag queen. He was Michael Rappaport is just a white version, but a straight male. Bob the drag queen, y'all did not like his strategy. Y'all didn't like Bob's strategy. I did. I loved it. Let's do this. Low Life Tempo says, Queen, I could play Traitors with you, but not Big Brother. I had to take you out. See, I would take you out. You too quiet. As soon as I came in, I'm taking out all the quiet ones. You got to go. You would get me up out of there, huh? Okay, hold on. Candace and Lisa are starting to implode. Okay. They're starting to act different and it's noticeable. The guy Traitor is playing great. Okay, because they're going to talk about Lisa during breakfast. Who brought it up, y'all? They said, have you noticed Lisa during breakfast? Overly dramatic. And look, and Candace is running to save the day for Lisa. Somebody brought up that Lisa is overly dramatic during breakfast. I can't remember who it was. Rob is not playing the best game. What is he doing? He's doing nothing. He's just not talking. He's hiding behind the girls. Candace came back and said, listen, Monet said this. Rob ain't doing shit. Excuse my language. He's not doing anything. Lisa had to tell Lisa, listen. Now, Lisa almost blew up her whole spot, y'all, when they talked about the henchman. Oh, yes. And he said, Lisa, and he raised the axe. She gave way too much detail. Lisa was brought up twice. Girl, what's the tea? You said Rob was the one who told Lisa she was brought up, not Candace. Lisa was brought up twice. He ain't doing nothing. He just sitting back in the cut with overalls and no t-shirt on. Colton brought it up to Dorinda. Brought up what to Dorinda? I don't know. Child. I thought, okay, I do remember Rob, girl, what's the tea, telling her, but I feel like I could be wrong. Lisa's name has come up twice. Y'all, I know I'm right. 2 different people have focused on Lisa Rinna. One was Monet, and it was somebody else. They're not Mary. They just hot and bothered. They're just horny. Thank you, A Pearl, for you. You said he is riding a girl's coattails. He just sitting there looking good. The only thing he said was commiserating is to feel sad for somebody. Okay, we'll give you an E for effort. You said, I saw Dorinda look. Yeah, and the women, listen, the women who do lead with intellect and brains, Listen, even Portia. Come on, y'all. Portia did her thing. Don't be that way. She did do her thing. At least she tried. She came out the cut. She was trying to identify that somebody was lying out the gate really early. It backfired on her. You know, it backfired on her, and they got her up out of there. But as a faithful, she came in with the right attitude the first day on the job. I mean, isn't that the type of worker? Somebody who's honest, who's prepared to work. She put her foot in her mouth. She did, but nobody really took it serious until Ron brought it to the table. So Portia tried to get in there and play the game. They got rid of her. Tiffany, Mama Kelsey was quiet. They got rid of her. Tiffany tried to get in there and play the game. They got rid of her. The women are not really playing. I don't like Natalie. I think Natalie will backdoor you. It's all over her face. That girl named Natalie, they say she won Survivor 2 times. I would have to get her up out of there. Yam Yam, I would get him up out of there. So here's who I would take out. It's crazy because Colton, I don't like him, but I don't know if I would take him out first. The ones you need to take out are the ones who don't have a backbone. Eric, Kristen, Natalie is going to come up from the rear when the smoke clears and some of the more vocal, brilliant players are out. Then she'll come in and try to lead the pack. So listen, I'm gonna name 5. 3 to 5, I would probably consider getting up out of there. Yam Yam, Eric, Kristen, Natalie. I'm a 6. Colton and Johnny. Let's go back. These are the ones I would get out of there. Let me show you. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Hold on. I think I got it. Hold on, y'all. I think I got it. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Oh, Michael had something to say. Let's see what Michael Rappaport had to say. Here we go. But let me say this, because I want to make sure that I'm giving credit where credit is due. They're also saying that it's hard once you get in the game. You can say all of this stuff you would or would not do, but it's completely different when you play it.
You know, this whole crap with this cancel culture and the...
Shut up! Shit! Shut the fuck up! Nobody wants to hear it. Fucker. You've been talking all fucking week. You don't care what you have to say. Just stop talking.
You got me right in my fucking head, asshole.
Stop.
Damn it.
Really, I thought that was so hilarious where you said, Rinna, you bitch, as soon as you saw her.
Rinna, you bitch.
Had you and Lisa had words about the Portia vote?
No. And, You know, look, Lisa kept herself to herself, but I thought that was Lisa just feeling she was better than all of us. And I've known Lisa a long time, so I know, you know, how she can be sometimes. So I didn't read too much into it because I think you know what it was like, Rob. You're so busy trying to get to know everybody quickly so that you can kind of see what their character traits are going to be. I already knew Lisa, so she wasn't even on my radar. I knew she was like an epic bitch, but I was like, you know, I was like, she's an obvious villain, so it's probably not her. How, you know, one housewife's gone, all of these things, and a housewife's not going to kill a housewife on the first time out. So she wasn't really highly on my radar.
Will you have words for her at the reunion?
Well, we've actually spoken, but not about this. I didn't bring it up, but we've spoken about other stuff. I will have words with Lisa at reunion. She didn't need to choose me. She didn't need to do it. I do get it. But is she a bitch for doing it? 100%.
Oh, wow. Listen, they are taking this game real personal. I would too. But see, everybody's walking in with expectations. Oh, a housewife is probably not going to do a housewife dirty. Candace did Portia dirty as hell. Lisa Rinna did Portia dirty as hell. Lisa Rinna and Candace went up against Caroline. Okay. Let's play another clip from this episodes 4 and 5. Let's take a look at, hold on. These are the people I would be focused on. Hold on. Anyone that supported Colton in this argument, I would be counting my fingers underneath the table. They would be up on my list. Let's go. Johnny. See, nobody got up to speak for Tiffany. Nobody really spoke for Mama Kelsey. But watch how many of them rally around Colton. And that's why I would get rid of them, because his influence is trickling down to them in a manner that they would put themselves. Remember, Colton says Tiffany should be gone because she said something nice about Ian. And now that they're advocating for Colton, yeah, y'all got to go too.
Being forced into a closet for the majority of their life.
I'm not talking about closets.
That's what we took it as, or I took it as anyway.
Very low blow.
I don't.
2, Mara.
I don't think it was.
It was.
Well,
3, Yam Yam.
you're wrong.
It wasn't intended to be.
Well, it was.
Michael, he took it that way.
4, Rinna.
I apologize if you took it that way.
No, we get to take it how.
Take it however you want.
But today, the way
5, Natalie.
you spoke to Colton, for me, it's enough to write your name
Hey,
down.
do it then.
So I think we should just get together and vote him out of here.
Oh, you got to go. She would be the first one. Because you should have been that loud about supporting a woman of color. So that's how I would play the game. I would be sitting back to see, oh, he got a lot of numbers on his side. Oh, yeah, I noticed that. He got see, and that's what I said, the cookout, psychology of the cookout. Everybody else got numbers. How come we can't? So I would have been like, this boy got a little bit of influence, right, wrong, or indifferent. But okay, who's voting? Natalie came in the clutch and said, let's just shut it down and get it over with. Oh. And that's how you got to move your people around. At first I said Kristen, but Natalie, you're up next week. Johnny, you're up next. 2. Mara, 3. Yam Yam, 4. Lisa Rinna, 5. Who else wants some?
I have to vote for you today.
Says the man with the magic ears.
6.
God,
Enough.
we make mistakes.
6. Kristen, I may put her back in the pit because she didn't really take a side. She said, enough, everybody. I can deal with that.
At this point, I don't care what you say when you get up there.
Who the hell are you, stalker? Y'all talking about, well, who's left? Everybody got to go. Shit. Y'all think I'm lying. I'll be sitting. No, these would be quiet notes. It's not like I'm going to be telling people what I really think. These are my quiet notes. Got it? Y'all to my damn Queen Sheba. Everybody. I might keep Kristen. Y'all are saying, oh, Colton is using reverse psychology and mental manipulation. Yes, he's playing it very dark. He's not even playing a game. This is, I think this is the way he lives his life. To everybody else is a game. It's messing with their nervous system. I think he's right at home. I think he is right at home. I wish it was that simple where you can just sign up and go play. That's not how that works. They have to be interested in you. They are all followers. They should flip the script and use Eric's own words. Colton needs to go because at this point he's hurting the Faithfuls game. But who's backing Colton? See, that's you gotta think. Who do I strike first? Do I get Colton, or do I go head to head with Colton? Or do I take the ones out where I know he has the vote? You got long game is, do you take him out and piss them off, or do you pick them off one by one and start to chip away or chisel away at his numbers? So if you and him are on a chopping block, I've already established he has about 6 to 7 votes. In his favor. Oh, it was good. But I was on the edge of my seat. So good job. I guess good job, producers, production. But I'm like everybody else. I really want to see people get in there and play. I do. I don't think like, oh, I was quiet. Is that really gameplay? Or is that just kind of the easy route, the path of least resistance? Sky J say they're taking. I don't know. Like, would you win? I don't know. Like, it's one. Hey, I listen. They said it's different being in there. Would I win? I know I would play. How about that? Oh, I know I would play. I would definitely play the game. You said Colton is a right fighter. He can't be wrong. His face tells everything. Kristen is getting hip to the name callers. So I want to see how she plays in another episode or two. Me too. But as a traitor, I don't want to see her play. She's likable. Thank you. It depends on who's in the room now. Because it depends on who's in the room. You would have to come in totally opposite of what you really are. You couldn't let these people know that you're sharp, you're intellectual, that you hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience. I would completely, or anybody else, right, that have similar traits, would literally have to come in there and be something that they're not. And the question is, could I really play that type of game? I know I would play. The luxury bucket list said these things simulate life in a pressure cooker, but it always reveals most whom are followers and let life happen to them. That's a good explanation. I agree. The women just need to step up. You said the women need to get more men out, starting with Colton, if they were smart, but they never can. We see it again and again and again and again and again. They will always eat each other alive. They will cannibalize each other alive over a man. Okay. We see it in Big Brother. We see it on YouTube. We see it where else? What's some other game? Survivor. We see it. What the women would have to do would be comfortable with each other stepping up. And if the boys are feeling froggy, then we vote them out. Then we vote them out for punishing the women for playing the game. They say the UK version is lit. It's good, but it's starting to get into like politics of it all. Michael got kicked out for not being politically correct. I don't like that. Because a lot of them are not politically correct. I mean, what's his name? Monet is flirting with straight guys. That's not politically correct. But guess what? He gets to do it because he's a gay guy. And it's tongue in cheek. Right? So if we're going to be lenient and just have a good time, let's have a good time and just play the game. That's all I'm saying. We can pick and choose what's deemed appropriate versus inappropriate, you know? Yes, they're just followers. It depends because Colton turns on you. So Tiffany did not use her meter, her measure meter. She says, I feel like if somebody trusts me, there's this expectation that I put on myself that I should connect with them. You connected with the wrong person. Colton connected with you. Colton is scary. He connected with you to kill you as an individual, not even as a faithful or traitor. You possess the qualities and the traits that he do not have. He's not interested in if you were faithful or not. Everything he named, he was envious of. Let me see if I can find it. Y'all, I'm too into this game. That's why I don't like watching TV. Hold on, let me see what that he said about her. Hold on, give me 1 second. Oh, I'll play this clip for y'all. Hold on. If you watch the men, even Johnny poked his head out. He has a little bit of rah. They all have a little bit of when it comes to some of the women. Watch this.
Investigation.
Who is this guy right here, y'all? Who is this guy? I like him. Who is this guy on the screen? Yeah, he seemed really unhinged. What did he say? My family. What did he say? My family's none of your fucking business. Oh, hell no. Y'all would have been saying, sit down, Queen Sheba. No. I like him. He's safe. He feels safe to me, whether he is or not. I will be watching him. You say he was on Laguna Beach. He feels safe. This one right here. He don't have a lot to say. I kind of like that. He's a man in his own head. He's not easily led astray. You can tell true masculinity at the table. It's not really loud. He's not going to go back and forth with you too much. I kind of like that. That's a silent confidence. That's your childhood crush. Now, look, you can't be copying off of. Listen, I claimed him first. Y'all, none of y'all was thinking about Steven until I brought him up. Y'all done had over a freaking hour and 42 minutes to hone in on Steven. Nobody wanted Steven. See, that's what I'm saying. I would take you out, Somali, if I was playing against you. Because why you want to be okay with Steven? Since I said Steve, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. Y'all see? Y'all weren't interested in playing with this toy until I found it in the corner. What I say? Who is this guy? Who is this guy? I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits. And he's good looking. Okay. So he seems safe to me. I'm just telling you what my instinct says. He's safe. He's a calm wave, a calm body of water. I need that. Take me through that. Take me through that.
I heard about you. I was waiting on you at the door.
I'm messing. Traitors, call me. Hold on. Low Tempo Life says, I agree with Michael. Those three hunks are working together. Oh my gosh. This has been hilarious. Let's continue.
Against you and Dorinda.
So, yeah, that was very interesting. Thank you, Somali. I mean, Aisha, she says, Somali, now just stay over here with us. Here she go to my childhood. Y'all, I've had a good time with y'all today. Thanks for being such good sports. The bucket list, the luxury bucket list, the reality grizzly, Somali queen, low tempo life. Who else was I arguing with today? Look at there. Look at there. Now everybody peeping Steven. I'm done. I'm logging off. I'm sad. Oh, Lordy. Y'all go talk to Traitors. Tell them come get me. Tell them come get me. There's a little lady on this side of YouTube that would love to play the game. Y'all do what the Swifties did for Mama Kelsey. Stand up. You said don't drop the mic. Not today. Well, Ron is good. Okay, Linda, I got you. He's rough around the edges. And it's shocking because you don't expect it. So there's some sensitivities there with him, right? And you're like, shit, where'd that come from? And when he gets on it, he doesn't let up like he did with Portia. But I like how he doesn't allow them to sway him. I like how he's still going to do his thing with or without their approval, right? I probably wouldn't come for him until later. You said Ron is playing with very few alliances. I think he's playing guarded. I think there's a lack of I don't want to say that. I think he's playing guarded, like he just said. Let's play it. Listen to him. He's telling you what he's doing. Let's play it again.
Against you and Dorinda.
Hey, Steven. Y'all heard what Ron said. He says, in order for me to play this game, I have to eliminate any type of I have to not establish a rapport with you. That blocks my view. So he's playing the game. I'm gonna say, you said with very few alliances. I think he's putting barriers. I think he's playing the game where he can't be penetrated, where he has to keep a clear mind without any outside influence. So he's put up walls. Y'all, I know they're what is it called? I know they're recruiting, but y'all not listening. I said go make some noise like they did for Mama Kelsey. There's thousands of people. That was good. I think you're a housewife hunter. That was good. That was real good when she said that. Y'all, there's thousands, I'm sure hundreds of thousands of people that want to play the game. Submitting an application is not enough. So even if they're coming out with quote unquote regular people, watch this. And I'm not putting a damper in my thing. Watch it's people that's probably, you be like, oh, I know that person, this and this and this. That's probably where they'll start. They're not just going to come with, this is Mrs. Karen Jones. And if so, y'all got to make noise. That's it. Here we go. But hi, Steven. And that's why I say, Linda, when I said I kind of like him for now that he's against, well, I don't know that part, but the part when he says, I'm going to play how I want to play. Now, y'all aren't going to bully me into playing and doing what you think I should do to satisfy you. Because they are kind of leading with that. Yeah. Mary said, when you think about it, you're not wrong. Nobody's wrong. See, you get to play your game how you want to play your game. Dorinda said, had a one-liner. She should have stopped. I think you're a housewife hunter. I wouldn't have said anything else. But when she starts to get into, I was trying to know your family, that doesn't qualify him as a traitor because he doesn't want to open up to you. Maybe he could have said, Dorinda, I'm a married man. And to be honest with you, I didn't want to just come in here and connect with you and start talking about my family. I'm trying to get to know the guys or whatever. I don't know. But his response to her was a little bit off. She's leading from a feminine perspective of what makes her feel comfortable and safe. I just want to know about your family and who you are. And he's saying that's not what makes me trust people because you tell me about your kids. All right. That's all I got for y'all. That's all I got. I did not intend on talking about traitors this long today. I'm finna go. All right. Bye. I'm out of here. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. A Pearl says, I understand what he's saying. I do too. His delivery is off. When you get too close to people, you don't suspect them. The very first season had some regular people. Thank you, everybody. I got to go get ready for my next show. I'm going to push it back a little bit. I need a break. All right. I will talk to y'all a little bit later.